Hey my mates, hope you had a good weekend. Thanks for obviously all the feedback and videos and stuff like that. The game is just really in a great place, isn't it? Okay, on particularly the iron game. I think the putting inside 10 foot still can just have a little bit of a tension, but I think it's probably solid as well. I do think that short game, and then you can tell, I mean, obviously there's a couple of disasters where you get yourself in trouble. But you can tell the short game's just lacking behind a little bit. The short games are a little bit better, that you can adapt easier to those situations and just get out of there with a bogey or sometimes a double. Sometimes there's a thing as a good double. Okay, especially in a middle round. But yeah, once you learn that, then it's easier to learn how to make good bogeys. Okay. Anyway, rest of the swing's in a great place. Okay, so we're very, very happy. Still trying to match how well we can open those hips and maintain the arm depth. Okay, and then to me, driving needs a little bit of work. Mostly, it looks like now, is a bit of setup work. Okay, so stance is getting there, but we are still way too far away from the golf ball. Okay, let's get closer to that golf ball. Practice some drivers standing too close to the ball. Okay, so just don't be shy to stand too close, and then we can always try and get it wider as we go. All right, but from the side on angle, okay, that left shoulder is a little bit sort of hunched. Okay, so I don't mind a little bit of tilt. I think you don't have enough tilt because your stance is too narrow. So as you get wider, it's so much easier to just have natural tilt. Okay, but that's a little bit sort of trapped and hunched there. Okay, and also the forearms just look a little bit kind of close together. All right, so just try and relax that. Okay, just separate the forearms into a bit of a triangle here, like none of this. Okay, so let those elbows go out a little bit and create a bit of a triangle here. And then just relax that, and then much closer to the ball. Yep, so that's what we need to do with the driver. Okay, right, then short game wise, but also because of where we are. So you saw in that review, what I was trying to say with the driver is, it was so good, and then you kind of move down and forward, right? Great move for irons, definitely want that for the irons. But you have to learn the driver to go forward and down with the weight, but if anything, a little bit back and down with the head, with the driver. Okay, so irons, it goes there, and driver, same leg work, slightly different upper body work. All right, and because that we saw you were just sort of a little bit on top of and late on that one. Okay, so it's just going to be a little bit inconsistent at the moment. At this point, I can see why. Right. Also, I think because of that and because of the sloppy setup and stuff like that, okay, that driver sort of got there. We don't want any of that. Okay, but that's where loop to loop comes in. We know that, right? Okay, so driver, just more attention to the setup. Okay, and then obviously we just keep trying to do the same things, matching this takeaway with that sequencing. Okay, and obviously just trying to get as comfortable and confident with it as we can. All right, okay, so, sorry, that's what I was saying. So that whole variance, okay, is missing slightly. We haven't learned it, so that's fair. But that's where we're going to sort of start adapting the short game as well. Okay, so what I want you to do is warm up some wedges, like gap wedge or sand wedge, whatever it is. Depends where it is, obviously. If it's in the studio, you got to do gap or pitching wedge. And I just want you to fiddle between high and low shots. Okay, so low shots, just a little bit back of center. Okay, little low pitching wedges or gap wedges, little 3/4 swings. Okay, and then some high ones. So we're going to need this out on the golf course. Okay, so a little bit wider, even though it's a short shot. Ball forward of center, a little high pitch. Pitches in not a full swing, not pitches in pitching wedge of the club. That little high one. Okay, I've got a 6 iron, so it's not going to go high, but you get the point. And you can hear and see the difference there in the strike. Okay, so I'm trying to teach you exactly that, right? So there's your high one there, in terms of the head and chest position, and then there's your low one there. All right, and we just need to kind of learn the difference. All right, okay. Now all this is happening while you're shifting, rotating, clearing, keeping the posture, all that type of stuff. Okay, so just don't worry too much. It means that the golf swing and the body positions are already settling down, and we can just start learning how to just fiddle a little bit with our low point, with our back tilt, is what this is called. Okay, all right. So very, very cool stuff. So just high and low wedges there in your warm up. Okay, then drill wise, loop to loop. So the first drill is the most important for now. Okay, so just some loop to loops. Right? If you want to add a little bit of opposite direction as you get through the round, but I'm happy with that for now. Okay, so loop the loops. And then second drill I want you to do is called impact rehearsal drill. Okay, now it'll tie in sequencing, hip rotation, right foot, right knee, all the stuff, chest position, okay, everything that we've learned, right? So what is the correct strike position, impact position? So from your setup, okay, all the weight is forward, not too far forward, just directly above the left foot, okay? Obviously the head, hands and chest come forward as you do that. Then you open the hip until this shoulder starts to get pulled out. Stop. Don't let it pull out too much. Stop there. And that's what your impact position is, right? Okay, so from your normal setup, everything across 80%. Open that hip, open that hip, open that hip. Okay, shoulders, a little bit more there. Okay, so that's the impact position. Okay. A little bit too much that one, but that's the right idea there. Okay, so impact rehearsals. Just kind of learn what it's a bit of a forced drill, but just learn sort of the body position, what it feels like, and it's a good little sort of drill to learn, reps to do. Okay, matey, thanks very much. Send me some videos during the week. Let me know how it goes, and just keep up the good work. You're really, really good, looking good at the moment. Just pay attention to that driver, even if it has to be a little bit uncomfortable for now. Okay, get those setup changes right, get close to that golf ball, all right, and yeah, let's break 80. That's what we want to do. Right, I'll talk to you during the week, my mate. Thank you.